Hey guys, this is NHSDLS6. Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Fire Emblem, Sword of Seals. Let's get started with Chapter 4. And some pre-chapter exposition. Respecting Hector's last wishes, Roy made his way west, toward Ostia. On the way there, Roy passes through the Laos territory. Laos. That sounds familiar. Who's that? Governed by Duke Eric? What? Okay, the boss has 9. What happened to you? You look like crap. Mustache and you're all somber and... Ugh. You look like you smelled a really rank fart. At a glance, Laos is a peaceful territory with vast meadows and... But there's a great skullduggery going on behind the scenes. Now, I know sometimes translations can be kind of strange, but what's a skullduggery? I've never actually heard that word. That's a very interesting word, if it is one. I'm sure that it is, but I don't know. I don't think it's not really. It doesn't really fit in this situation, in my opinion. All right. So there's a great skullduggery going on behind the scenes. So let's investigate said skullduggery. I have an interesting story to tell you guys once we get started. I'm also watching football and I'm recording. I love this. And don't forget to set your clocks back an hour if you're watching. Well, I mean, you've already done that because it's Wednesday when you'll be watching this, but it's Saturday when I'm recording this, so don't forget to set your hour back on your clocks, friends. And I don't remember the voices that I gave everyone, so I'm just gonna make them up as I go. Sir Nursing.
Lord Eric, I have not praised your wise decision of turning against Lycia to come to our side yet.
There's no future for us if we were to be chained down by old moaning traditions, sir.
That, my friend, is a wise way of thinking. Now where is that gift you promised me? She does not seem to be here.
Yes. I prepared her in a separate room. She's a naive girl, you see. When I told her that I would let her meet her brother, she came right along with us. You, over there, bring her here. Hello. She has purple eyes. That's weird.
What is this room? Where's my brother Klein?
Unnecessary commas.
Welcome, Lady Clarine. Who might you be? I am Nashin, one of Byrne's 3 Dragon Lords. My lady, I shall play with you instead of your...
that's weird. Just take a seat. Take a seat right over there. Well, alright.
What is so amusing, my lady? You, instead of my brother? Take a good look in the mirror. Your clothing, your hair, your speech. Every aspect of you completely lacks finesse. Lacks finesse? Me lacking finesse? Comparing you and my brother is like comparing a turkey to a turkey.
I love turkey.
To a peacock. You vermin. Saying that I lack finesse of all things.
Sir Narshan, I've just received a report that Castle Airfen has been retaken by the enemy.
What? What happened to Slater?
Speaking of Slater, that's another interesting story that I'll be telling you once we get the chapter started. Ooh, that's a big hair, man.
Ugh.
His whereabouts are unknown, sir. The enemy has been reported as Roy, son of the Duke of Ferre.
Darn. Look, Eric, lock the girl up in some cell. I shall have much fun with her.
He's gonna rape her.
You, close down the high road leading to Ostia. This Roy figure might pass by.
Yes, sir. He might pass by, and by might he actually means he will. And Narshan pieces out. He's like, see ya! And that's when we are given control of Roy and to take down retarded Eric for the 2nd time in a row. And remember, friends, as you saw from the flashback that I posted in there, Eric was once a paladin, and I guess as he's gotten older, he unpromoted and pooped out a night crest. So he's not a paladin anymore. Alright, so this is yet another one. I think this is... I don't remember. This might be the... There might be 2 more chapters after this one where you're not given a character select screen. But yeah, this is one of them. So first I'm going to send Marcus up to this village. And he is going to get a door key, which is basically a key to open a door. Crazy, I know! So, I'm going to send both Alan, Elaine, and Lance out here to wreak some havoc on the enemies. And by wreak havoc, I mean suck balls until they even out with their stats. Gonna bring Lou over here because I want Lou to be able to attack as soon as possible. Merlinus is probably going to be responsible for going down to this village here, and Lot Ward will serve perpetually as reinforcements. That's basically it for them. No, I don't want to send Chad there. That would be certain death. Alright, enemy. Do your worst! And I like using boards as a good defensive wall, because I know that he sucks, but he'll still serve his worth for a while at least. Alright, it's good that they're attacking Lance, because he's the one who needs the experience more than Alan. I think Alan has, oh yeah, has roughly 20 to 30 more experience points than Lance, so this should even them out. And as you'll see, once you get your characters higher up in levels, they won't be gaining as much experience, so instead of getting 30 for kills, generally it's 20, and everything gets halved, roughly, I think. Don't hold me to that, I'm not 100% sure, but that sounds reasonable to me. Alright. Gonna use Wolt. Most of my units are gonna be support units until I get the ones that I want. That's basically how it works. Okay, alright, Lou, go ahead. Now, for my story, speaking of Slater, that name was brought up for some reason in this. Speaking of Slater, that's the name of the student union at my college. So, you know, it's called Slater Hall. And something absolutely ridiculously crazy happened on Friday, which was yesterday. It's so weird referring to it like that. So there was something crazy that happened on Friday yesterday at Slater. I guess around, I think 10:15, which is when my first class starts at 10:30, which is awesome, and I'm awesome. So anyway, so around 10:15, one of my classmates comes running in, and he's like, "Pat, you'll never guess what happened." And you know, my school's kind of boring, not a lot happens. There was a giant race riot, almost, that happened on campus a few years ago, which I guess is one of the more important things that's happened. However, beyond that, not much happens. And so I was like, I don't know what happened. Probably nothing really big, right? And he's like, no, something crazy happened. And so he goes on to tell me that as he was walking to class, he walked past Slater, and I guess it's mating season for deer. And a lot of white-tailed deer come around these parts because it's the state mammal of Ohio, I guess. So there's a lot of white-tailed deer. And he saw a 10-point buck just walking around the East Residential Quad, which is where I stay. And so I was like, really? There was just a random giant deer hanging around our campus. And so it turns out that this deer was in like the male version of Heat, and he really wanted to bang a hot female deer. And so he saw this deer walking around, and it got in front of some of the glass windows in front of Slater, glass window, as opposed to non-glass windows. So it was in front of some of the glass windows of Slater, and it was just hanging around. And then he saw it headbutting the glass, and so he was like, "This is like, what's going on?" And so he got really alarmed. And so the smart thing to do in this case would probably be to, you know, not get closer. And so he follows the deer inside. The deer headbutts this 2-foot by 2-foot piece of glass until it breaks inside. And it had a huge rack of antlers, according to him. And so this deer barges inside, breaks through this window, 2-by-2 window, starts freaking out, thrashing about, runs into where the dining hall is and at the bottom part of the building, and just starts, you know, tearing tables up until one of the workers down there trapped it in some closet, I guess, and then a local bow hunter was called in, and he put it down humanely, according to them. And so he puts the deer down, whatever, and then on the newspaper it says that the venison, the deer meat, was given to a family that lives off of venison. Now, I don't really know what that means. That sounds kind of creepy, like these people are bloodthirsty deer hunters that only can eat meat, but whatever. Just the whole fact that the event happened, I thought he was just, you know, messing around. Like, you know, people are able to tell dumb stories like that to get attention, but he's pretty trustworthy, and so when he told me that, like, and he didn't even seem shocked at all, which is even funnier. Like, I guess maybe from his high school, deer attacks were common. And so It's the whole event, to me, is hilarious. Ugh. I wish stuff like that would happen in my college more often. Alright, so let's get back to the game.
They shall pay for locking me up in here.
Hey,
Is someone there?
I'm a mercenary hired by Lord Eric. He wants to see you.
I refuse. I do not wish to meet with such lower-class people.
Just get over here.
Let go. You shall pay. Do you know who I am? Let go, I say.
Uh-oh. First pedophilia, then rape. This game's getting crazy. Alright. So, I need to do more damage. Come on, luck. Ugh. Why am I not surprised? And by the way, I'm watching football right now. I'm watching Texas get destroyed. And I'm also watching Oklahoma get destroyed. So the Big 12 is having a real rough night. Alright. Let's see. Luke can do 10 damage, so I need someone who can do at least 11. So I will have... Okay. Like, sometimes I just forget what my mindset is. Alright, so Lord, hopefully... Oh my gosh! Like I said, 70%, you gotta have everything or take off like 20%. That, in all actuality, he was going to be doing roughly 50% damage. Poop in my mouth. Not really, that's gross. I need to heal Lance right quick with Ellen, who I will be replacing promptly with another healer after this chapter. Because she sucks. Only 1 magic point in 4 levels, which is horrible. You can only... Ugh. It's a lose-lose situation! Alright, Deke, thank you for actually being the one character who doesn't suck on my team. Right now, at least. Alan and Lance will prove their worth in due time. They might not seem like they're doing so hot right now, but they'll be alright in the very near future. And this should give Lou a level up, I believe. Yep. Come on, get something good. Ugh, that's boring. Okay, so now I can use Alan and Lance, preferably to double up on this guy. It's important that you try to take out the Cavaliers first. The Nomad, moderately important, but the Cavaliers are the ones who are really going to do the most damage to your team, so I recommend going after them first and trying to stack your team with really strong units. Schlong units. And fortunately, we get left with 1 HP for that enemy. But Lance hits a really good level up. That's great. I'm gonna put him here. Basically, gonna kind of wall off the vast majority of the units. I just want to make sure that Milanes will be safe because he needs to stay alive to collect all the goodies that we'll be getting here in the near future. Roy can just kind of chill up here. Gonna be running out of time here soon. And I'm gonna send Marcus. I always want to call him Milanes. I'm going to send Marcus up there to collect the other village's item from the top. Alright. Oh, that's not good. Let's hope that the other Cavalier doesn't have as many strength points as that guy. Poo. Oh, phew. Oh, what an idiot. I thought the AI was smart in this game. We could have definitely just taken out Deke. I don't think... even stupider. Alright. Hooray for stupid AI.
I said let go!
Shut up. You won't be able to escape with all the noise you're making.
Then you're...
I've prepared a horse for you over there by that tree. Get on it and leave while you can.
Why are you helping me?
I have hatred against Byrne. That's a really weird way to say that.
Hatred?
It's none of your business.
Putting it that way only makes me more curious.
Time's running short. Go. This is a quick story that I want to get in here before we run out of time. We have about 30 seconds, maybe a minute left. There was a girl in my class following up on a like story who used the word like 22 times in 5 sentences. And she said the word like back to back 2 times. An example of that would be she was asked a question, something along the lines of, give an example of the content analysis, and she was trying to describe it, was really struggling to come up with the words, and she was saying something along the lines of, and well, in this example, like there was a sample size and like it was horrible. All right, guys.
This is the middle of a battlefield. What's that man thinking?
Yeah. You should shut up and come over here. Alright guys, that's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching. I've been NHSDL6. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.